most of me, I be work.
Hello, I'm Federica Pellegrini, an Italian swimmer. It's an honor to meet you.
Ah, nice to meet you.
May I ask you some personal questions?
Yeah, sure.
How was your childhood?
First, I was born on 15 February 1972. I started skating and then playing hockey in my early childhood. I had a pretty good childhood, except when my father didn't support me because he wanted me to have a real job and not hoping that one day my dreams would have become true.
I'm sorry about that, but anyway, how did your career start?
Well, first when I was 18 years old, I started playing for Pittsburgh Penguins, and then when I was about 22 years old, I think, I set down a record for most points earned for a PL player. And then I lived a pretty bad period because I used to play for different teams in very few years. And in 2013, I signed a contract for a team that I played with about two years. And right now I'm playing for Florida Panthers.
Yeah, I know what it feels like. Anyway, now you have an exciting life. What is it like?
That's great. I still live in the city where I was born when I'm off season. And right now I'm an owner of a hockey club. And the only thing that I regret is not to have fallen in love with someone and having kids with them.
Wow, that's very good. You have a fantastic career. It was a pleasure to meet you and talk to you. I wish you all the best.
It was a pleasure for me too.
Hello, Sir Fry.
Good morning, Mr. Riguarda.
I was wondering if you'd like to answer some of my questions.
Yeah, I'd really like to.
So let's start. First, how was your childhood and early career?
I was born in Prague, Czech Republic, on May 6, 1856. My father was a textile dealer, and when I was about 4, my family moved to Vienna, the city where I have worked and lived for most of my life. And when I was about 16, I began to be keen on the Bible.
And then what have you achieved?
In 1881, I received a medical degree, but I have always considered myself as a scientist rather than a doctor. And in 1886, I got married and have 6 children.
Tell me about your studies and the books that you have published.
In 1999, the Interpretation of Dreams was published, and by 1904, some neurologists and psychiatrists started using my theories, and I was very excited and honored about that.
I heard that the 20s have been a difficult and complicated decade for you.
Okay. Yes, that's true. My health problems. I was diagnosed with mouth cancer because of my bad habit of cigarette smoking, and many deaths in my family made them bittersweet, but they were also successful years.
It should have been hard to live that time. I admire you for not giving up. But you're famous, you're the founding father of the psychoanalysis, and I'd really like to know more about your studies about psychoanalysis.
So it's a method for treating mental illness, and also a theory which explains human behavior, also known as the talking cure. I encourage my patients to talk about their symptoms and what's on their mind.
That's brilliant. I really appreciated your company to know more about your life. Hope to see you soon.
Me too.
Hello, it's me.
Hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, how are you?
Hi, nice to meet you too.
So, I'd like to ask you some questions about how your career started.
Yeah, sure. I started dancing when I was 14, doing freestyle and battling.
Did you start individually or did you start with a crew?
In 2006, I started dancing for a crew named Out of Bounds, where I learned to dance hip-hop, and individually I learned popping and locking techniques.
How has your career evolved by then?
Later, I became one of the crew's choreographers, and in 2010, we won the National Championship of Czech Republic with one of my choreographies that was called Why So Serious. Later, we auditioned for Czech's Got Talent 2010, and we arrived to the semi-final. After that, I choreographed many theater shows.
It's honorable for your age, but have you done something outside Czech Republic?
Yes, I auditioned to join a dance crew based in Texas, and I was chosen to work along with Chachi Gonzalez and Emilio de Sal, and our crew was named I Am Me. The next year we won the sixth season of America's Best Dance Crew.
What have you done recently?
Well, in 2014 I auditioned with my mate Emilio Dosallo for So You Think You Can Dance, and finally I featured in the fifth movie of the Step Up series, Step Up All In, where I remember working with one of your Italian dancers, Dorella.
Exciting, it was really nice talking to you. I hope to see you soon.
See you soon.
Good morning, Mr. Foreman. It's a pleasure to interview you. Let's start with some personal questions. When and where were you born?
I was born in Czech, Czech Republic in 1932. My father was a teacher and my mother was the director of a hostel. Both of my parents died during the Second World War because of the Holocaust.
What a strong story, but how was your passion for the cinematography born?
When I was 11, I started loving Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton and John Ford movies. And then I enrolled at the Faculty of Cinematography.
Which was the film that brought you to fame?
Well, it was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest of 1975, starring Jack Nicholson. Another one that brought me to fame was Amadeus, that won 8 Oscars.
Congratulations! With one did you enjoy working the most?
Well, apart from Jack Nicholson, I enjoyed working with Natalie Portman in Goya's Secret, another film that brought me to fame. Talking about you, I know that you recently have won an Oscar for your movie, La Grande Bellezza.
Thank you. It will be nice that one day we will work together.
Yeah, I think that is a great idea. I would like to work with you.
Okay.
It was nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Abel. It's a pleasure for us to meet you. We know that you are a very important personality in the culture of Czech Republic.
Good morning to you. Actually, I've experienced many things in my life. I've been a playwright, a dissident, a politician. I was also the president of the Czech Republic.
So you are also very famous for having written essays and memoirs that have been translated in international languages. How was your family?
I grew up in a well-known, enterprising and intellectual family, but I wasn't allowed to go to school by the communists because of my family links to the culture and political events in Czechoslovakia.
But you kept going to school and you became a very cultural man. How did you do it?
I started working as a chemical laboratory assistant, and in the same time I took evening classes to complete my secondary education. But for political reasons I wasn't accepted to any humanities program at university, so I studied economy. I left to join the army, and 2 years later I returned. I started working as a technician.
And what about your playwright career?
I studied drama for 3 years when I was in my 20s, and I published many articles in theatre journals.
May I ask you some personal questions about your life?
I read Olga Smikalova, who has been an indispensable source in my life, even in the most difficult moments.
Apart from the prohibition to go to school, what about communist repression?
Yes, I stood against the political repression of Warsaw Pacts. Years of the so-called communist normalization. Because of that, I was arrested and I stayed in prison for years.
Jagre.
Com'è che mi chiamo?
Jerome.
Jaromil.
Good morning! I'm Miriam and I'm going to rule the world! Basta, adesso chiudi. Ma stiamo pubblicizzando lo spritz. Ecco! Perché...
Tira a guardarti, con le ciabatte lei.
Zoom, aspetta, zoom pazzesco.
I'm sexy and I know it.
That you... Ti fa ridere talking about you. So very famous Vabbè. Noi
Questo video è il disagio!
Age and Memoirs.
Andava bene, tu non puoi fare memoir se farmi l'occhiolino! No, non ci siamo, 5